this is what it can do. In January 1994, California was rocked yet again. When the Northridge quake struck Los Angeles, parts of the city were shattered in seconds. Lives were shattered too. Homes were destroyed, loved ones missing or buried in the ruins. Fortunately, Los Angeles had prepared for the worst. An elite team sprang into action, a special unit of the LA County Fire Department called USAR, Urban Search and Rescue. Their mission is to locate and liberate trapped victims. Their secret weapon is training. USAR trainees hone their skills on an urban obstacle course, a simulation of the challenges left by a major earthquake. Locating victims trapped under collapsed buildings requires special skills and high-tech tools like search cam. This tiny video camera can be snaked into a narrow crevice, allowing rescuers to size up the situation.
I got a visual. Right now I got a female in her late 20s in a supine position.
Can you hear me? If you can hear me, count 5 times.
One of the most effective tools in urban search and rescue has 4 legs and fur. Dogs can cover large areas quickly, sniffing out victims faster than humans or machines. From Northridge to Mexico City to the Oklahoma City bombing, dogs help save lives in urban disasters.
Hello? Are you okay?
But for all the training, the true test for the USAR team comes when they face the real thing. When the Northridge quake hit Los Angeles in 1994, a man named Salvador Pena was trapped inside a collapsed parking garage for more than 8 hours while the USAR team struggled to free him.
The thing that concerned me right away was the safety hazards, the overhead hazards, the pillars of concrete that were unsupported and injure firefighters.
We tried to fortify the area that we were working with to get Salvador out. I was concerned whether or not we were going to be able to get out ourselves or if we were going to get trapped. We were directly underneath the same rumble pile that he was. We crossed our fingers and hoped that that would be enough to outlast the aftershock.
While the ground continued to rumble with aftershocks, the USAR team worked at the wreckage.
The thing you're most concerned about in a small space when the aftershock hits is that small space still going to stay the same size. And, you know, you're really quite concerned that everything's going to tumble in around you.
At last, Salvador Pena was free.
To see him go to the hospital still alive after all of that was tremendous, because the probability of him surviving was very, very slim.
Pena would recover from his injuries, but USAR's work was far from over.
Within the next hour, we transitioned to the Northridge Meadows apartments, which were probably about a half a mile to a mile away. The outcome was very much different. All of the people that were alive had been rescued before our arrival there, and we had the grim task of body recovery at that point. Even though we can't help that victim, we're helping the family and the survivors to reach some kind of closure.
16 died in the Northridge Meadows apartments, the greatest single loss of life in the '94 quake. The death toll, like the earthquake itself, could have been a lot worse. Most experts agree that this state is overdue for a massive earthquake. After all, the region is perched atop a spider's web of fault lines, including the huge San Andreas. When it hits this city of 11 million, the quake could produce thousands of collapsed structures and trapped victims. Emergency services would quickly be overwhelmed.